Hi, my name is Jack Blake. I'm a sports psychologist and I work with Matrix Pro Cycling. Sports psychology has a bit of a reputation or a misnomer that it's only for athletes with problems, which it is to some extent, but it's really for anybody who wants to improve. So just like strength and conditioning coaches look after riders' legs and lungs to make sure they're in the best working order, I look after their minds and make sure that they're in the best working order as well. With the team, it definitely presents a different logistical problem with riders being in various countries and also multiple competitions going on at the same time. So the team try and get me out there as often as possible for all the big competitions, your Flanders, Flèche Wallonne. And when they're in the UK, I always go to the races as well to get some extra FaceTime with them. But we also do stuff online. FaceTime and Skype are a godsend. We approach every race the exact same way. I think from a psychological point of view, or from my point of view at least, if we approach every race the same way, then the riders know exactly what's going to happen and everything is familiar. Coming up for Tour of Britain, just like any other race, the riders will do course recon. But within that, we'll use a lot of things like Google Street View, etc. So any parts that they don't get to see, they can kind of get some sort of impression of what they're going to be facing. Yes, I will be at the Women's Tour this year. On race day, we tend to start by I'll get there earlier with the staff to set up. By that point, really, race day is quite a quiet affair. The riders know what to expect. They have routines that they want to do and things that they like to do, either listen to music or be on the rollers, etc. So really kind of pre-race, there's not really too much that I do. I don't really want to be giving them new information at this stage because their minds will already be focused on the race. They know what to do. They know what to expect. So I don't want to be throwing in any new stuff for them at that point. During the race, it depends on how the race goes, really. We've had races where we've had riders doing really well, and when we come up to the side of the car, either to pop a jacket back or something, I can give some words of encouragement. They'll say how they're feeling. And then post-race, we always do a debrief on how the race went, and I always find it useful to not only look at what things could have been better, but also what things did go well. The human mind and cyclists and all athletes really sometimes have a tendency to focus on the negative and they think, oh, this could have been better or I could have been better positioned on this point. So I find it important to steer them and make them see the positives as well. To be honest, the girls are really level-headed and balanced. They're fantastic post-race. They'll always come up to me and say, I was really proud of this, or that this could have been better, but I can work on that and it's not too much of a big deal. One thing that really sticks out for me for riders of any standard, whether they're in local competitions and the aspiring amateur or even professional, is to really spend some time and think why you're doing it. What's the motivation behind it? What do you love about cycling so much? Is it you love the sense of achievement? Competition, it just gives you that feeling like nothing else. What is the thing that makes you always get out of bed, put your cycling gear on, and even if it's thrown down, still go out on your bike? Because once you can understand that real why of why you do cycling and why you race, that can be the biggest motivator when you come across tough spots of a race. So if you're really struggling up a climb, legs are really starting to tire, if you tap into that deep down reason why you're doing cycling and what you love about it, it really gives you that big boost to help get over that climb or even just keep pace if it's kind of a flatter stage. So I would really suggest just spending some time thinking what the biggest thing you really love about cycling is, because it's kind of almost like an unlimited fountain of motivation once you kind of really find that reason why. A lot of people neglect the mental side of cycling. It really is as important as the physical side because the mind is ultimately what tells the legs, let's kick on, let's up the pace, you can do it, it's okay. So once you're in control of your mind, if that's spot on, then the legs and the lungs and everything else will listen. It's just as easy to work on your mental game and that'll reap big rewards because it's often an area that's untapped. Spend more time on the mental game, I think.